Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears is a masterclass in arrangement, subtlety, and studio craft. And when you listen to all of the layers, you soon realize it's not as simple as it sounds. And this main groove was inspired by a track by Simple Minds called Waterfront. Along with that bass synth, we have this programmed kick drum that locks with it. And when we add the programmed snare, it sounds like a straight-ahead groove. Now when you solo the hi-hat, something unexpected happens. It's playing a counter rhythm. Some will call it a polyrhythm, but it's easier to understand it as a layered rhythm that implies a different pulse. In the mix, the volume of the hi-hats is balanced and this counter rhythm is more subtle and tucked in, but if we add it here to what we've already listened to, you'll clearly hear what it's doing. And just beneath the hi-hats is a Cabasa accenting the spaces in between those hi-hat notes, further emphasizing this counter rhythm. When everything is balanced, like in the final mix, it magically turns into a danceable groove despite the rhythmic complexity. The counter rhythms don't end with the drum programming, and you'll hear them in other parts too, like this intro guitar, which is a repeating pattern of 3, or some might feel it in 6. And when you hear it with the rest of the tracks, you'll hear the counter rhythm in action, and I think is one of the reasons this guitar part is one of the many, many hooks or memorable parts of the song. And we hear this guitar hook again after the third chorus. Now that guitar part is not alone, it's actually doubled with a synth, which is adding a richness and clarity to the part. It's a subtle move, but it shows the level of detail that they went to in this production. And lastly, there's also this sustained synth note. If we go back to the intro where we first hear this guitar line, it's followed by this synth line, which I think is another hook of the song. But listen closely, the intensity of it drops down right before the first verse to make room for the vocals.
Welcome to your life. There's no turning back.
Now before all of that, the first thing we hear in this song is this short descending synth line. It's quick, it's instantly recognizable, and it tells you that the song is about to begin. Staying on keyboards, when we get to the second verse, a new rhythmic synth comes in and once again introduces another cross rhythm. And in the mix, that cross rhythm is way more subtle, but here you can hear what it's actually doing, and that little intro synth in the very, very beginning makes its only reappearance in this part of the second verse.
It's my own design.
use of keyboards for doubling shows up again here, but this time it's with the vocal melody. And this is adding texture and depth to the vocal without drawing attention to itself, and is yet again another example of how carefully layered this production is.
Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule the world.
We also have this great keyboard melody, this hook that comes in right before the guitar solo. Speaking of guitar solos, Roland Orzabal plays this first one, and listen to how jagged and angular it sounds, and yes, there are some cross rhythms going on. It's worth noting that there is a lot of guitar craft on this record, and that when the sections of the song repeat, the guitar parts don't just repeat the same thing, that they'll either vary it or they'll change completely, and it's this level of detail that keeps it sounding fresh and evolving.
We will find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back on Mother Nature. Most our freedom and our pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. I can't stand this indecision. Married with a lack of vision. Everybody wants to rule the world.
I'll let this next section play out so you can really hear the different guitars and also get a glimpse into the song's unique arrangement. There are all these different parts and hooks that all flow together in such a way that it sounds perfectly natural and organic, even though the song's arrangement is atypical. And listen to right before the guitar solo, which is played by Neil Taylor. You'll hear a slight return of one of the keyboard hooks, and I've brought that up so you can really hear it.
Wants to rule the world. All for freedom and for pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever.
And one last thing, we do have to talk about the bridge, because it's the one place in the song where there are no keyboards, the bass plays sustained notes, and the backbeat gets more intense. And what comes in when those keyboards drop out? And of course, these great vocals by Curt Smith and Roland Orzabal.
There's a room where the light won't find you. Holding hands while the walls come tumbling down. When they do, I'll be right behind you.
I hope you've enjoyed our deep dive into Everybody Wants to Rule the World, and that the next time you hear it, you'll notice the details we explored here. And if you like this breakdown, please follow or subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.